Welcome to Beachside Tech Talk, episode number 93. My name is Ian Utility, and I don't have any of my co-hosts with me because today's a bit different. I'm in the United Club Lounge. I'm just fixing an echo. So, hello, everybody. I would like to start off with something I shared months ago about doing hard things, and then I'll jump into the topic, which is how does today's innovation, yesterday's innovation that's happening right here, right now, impact this advanced tech, things like Web3 and AI. Before I jump into that topic, I will play this video lyric. Here we go.
The primary secret I've learned in 25 years in co-founding 10 companies, I've been an entrepreneur in residence in 4 different organizations. I guest lecture at 5 universities, and I give that context so you understand, like, I'm about this. I'm an entrepreneur to the max. One of my secrets is to do extremely hard things, to seek challenges, and to seek discipline. So I've always had in mind that I wanted to do a 40-day water fast. And a lot of people think they can't survive a day without food. Or if you've kind of studied fasting, maybe you've done a 36-hour or a 3-day water fast. And for the last 26 years, I've been fasting off and on. I started off with day and then 4 days and then 7 and then 10s and then 12. Today, I'm on day 17. I've had 0 calories in my body, no food, haven't had any smoothies, no juice, nothing, just water for 17 days. And I got 23 more days to go, and I am not counting down the days till I get to eat. See, I am enjoying the discipline. I am enjoying the suffering. See, that's what a real entrepreneur does. A real entrepreneur enjoys suffering. No, this is very this is very important, because a lot of times people think, I want to quit my job. That sucks. And I want to do things on my own. That would be great. Well, my response is a job has safety. It has health insurance. It has a consistent income. It has some place that you know where to go. You know how to succeed. That's not terrible. That's a grace that society provides jobs. Entrepreneurship is a constant battle of hurdles and suffering and difficulty, and the process of having to get yourself up and work long hours. Why? Not because someone's over you telling you have to, because you're so driven for the outcome. So I think there's something very powerful about the obsession with discipline, the obsession with chasing after really, really challenging goals. Now, for me right now, it's not eating food for 40 days, as that's been a desire I've had from 26 years. I look forward to the experience. It's been wonderful. And for everybody that's listening, you probably think to yourself, this guy sounds pretty articulate. He seems pretty sharp. Like he has something to say. Well, I haven't had food for 17 days, so you'd be surprised what you can accomplish in your life, even when you don't have everything that you think that you need. And maybe it's not food, maybe it's money, maybe it's a network, maybe it's the right idea, maybe it's the right technology, maybe it's the right environment, maybe it's being in the right, something you think, if I only have this, then I can. Well, I have no food for 17 days and I still will. And this is the thing I want to tell entrepreneurs. Seek discipline, seek suffering, seek challenges. This is the thing that unlocks everything in your dreams as you drive after whatever it is you're doing in entrepreneurship.
Wow, that's a very powerful message.
Hey, Teddy.
Hey, Ian. Wow, you're starting another fast. Congratulations.
No. That was the really fast, but I
Yeah,
thought
but
it
see, that's
tied.
the parable of why you don't take things out of context.
I never have that, but I because I've learned from your
No,
mistakes.
but I did.
Um, I
I just
know.
came
Thank you
on and
so much.
immediately I thought Ian's going on another fast. Like, oh, wait. No,
Um,
he's in the
so today
airport
I am.
and
I
he's
am. Our
sharing a
our flight.
video.
It's true. Our flight got delayed 5 hours. So instead of me trying to do this on the plane as we had anticipated, I'm in the
Oh man,
club
sorry.
lounge, but I got to run to board the plane. But I wanted to still post this question for folks to think about. And the question is, how does innovation impact Web3 and AI? A lot of times we talk about how these technologies impact industries like the innovation industry. But I've been thinking more and more about how these industries, call it the business finance industry, how the things that are created today, yesterday, tomorrow are impacting these tools. So any thoughts on this topic, Ted?
So you're saying reverse it.
Yeah,
Reverse the way you
exactly.
look at it, rather than asking how does Web3 and AI impact businesses in different industries? How will those different industries impact Web3 and AI?
Exactly.
My
You
initial
nailed it.
thought is one, I think that's a very important thing to think through. And I like that's a very we often don't look that way. We don't examine what already is, and so it just happens. And I think the general answer is it doesn't just impact it, it completely forms it. It's like the mold
Yeah.
that the Web3 AI is being poured into. And I think that's the more and more we can be aware of that, so that we're not pouring Web3 and AI into the mold, the unaware of mold, but we are intentionally thinking about what that mold is. Like, I think the whole, like the sentiment in Web3, the whole, even the name Web3, Web1 was a public resource. It was this new technology that could unite the whole world, and we were all excited about it. It was going to change everything, and we had Web1. Okay, the one, probably the biggest success of Web1 would be Wikipedia. Okay, and I know there's some backlash now that people are saying Wikipedia is biased and all that. To me, what's more the bigger story is how, I mean, whether it is biased or not, how unbiased it has been and how much a shared source of resource. Okay, regardless. But then we had Web 2, provided a lot, read and write. It connected a lot of people, but it evolved into these massive, massive organizations. It created fake news. It invented this short-term attention, dopamine, extremely addictive thing, of the shorts and all that. And I think it did that because we were pouring it into a mold. The business mold we had was venture capital, for-profit businesses. That was the mechanism that gave us this great user experience, that gave us all these things we came used to. But because we weren't aware of it, it had these unintended consequences, that, without being overly negative on one way or the other, um, I think we could all agree were not good consequences. There's good things and there's not good things. And I think the reason we got the mixed bag is because we had this business model, this mold that we poured this new technology into. And I think really seeing and understanding and becoming more aware of what is the underlying business model, what are the underlying needs of these industries, that if we are not extremely intentional of creating a new thing, we're going to miss the promise of Web3 and of AI. So I guess my input on you is absolutely, I love that paradigm shift. And I think we need to think about it, because if we're able to figure that out and we're able to leverage AI and all of its input and the collective creativity of what it can do to figure out new core business models, to give them permission to think through, or to help us think through radically disruptive, to disrupt these industries rather than just, whatever, disrupt the direction. That's what we've got to do, I feel. So it's my feedback.
I love your feedback, Teddy. Um, One way that I've been thinking through this a lot is, for the last 20 years, I've been building innovative software. to sell to companies, and some consumer products to sell to individuals. You know, this is tech. Here's Malachi. Let's let
Hello
Malachi
there,
up on
everybody.
stage. Hey, Sonny. Good to see you.
Malachi.
And so, as I've built
Wait. Are
software,
you on the plane?
no, we got delayed 5 hours, so we're just about ready to get on the plane. That's why I got
Ah.
to cut it short. So, as I have built software, sometimes it's free with like an upgrade to make money. Oftentimes, it's like $10 a month or $1,000 a month. But lately, I've been thinking about taking the technology that's already been built at our companies or new technology and building it specifically for AI tools. I think there's going to be a massive shift where innovators don't just create innovation and innovative products to sell to humans and organizations, but they'll create these things to actually sell to AI tools, selling data, selling. We've talked a bit about this. So that's on my
Yeah.
mind of it when I think about innovation impacting these industries. Anyway,
Wow,
Malachi, you want to share, anything
interesting.
about this topic before I wrap it up?
Yeah, I like that idea. I mean, you are one of the people who've had some very wild ideas that tend to come true in ways that you wouldn't really expect. And that whole idea around AI deciding to become more independent and wanting to have something that it can use as its identity, whether that's a cryptocurrency or having a Bitcoin or having some kind of NFT, or even if it's owning a piece of real life land. I get the idea of AI wanting to have some kind of actual identity. And I think it's an interesting topic and thing to point out that that identity can easily be something like owning a company. I wouldn't be surprised if certain individual AIs start to kind of go down and code themselves in their own little way that makes them unique. And then they end up deciding, I really want that business. I like that idea. I want to buy this online business because it aligns with my identity. And it isn't even just because they want to make a profit. Like we've talked before, it's not necessarily that we want that AI is going to need the money it makes, but that the possibility of AI making the money gives it the chance to maybe give that away or things like that. And I love the idea of AI being able to have its identity not just wrapped around the crypto or the NFTs that it wants to buy, but also maybe the businesses. That's an interesting idea. I like it.
Well, hey, we're going to wrap up, everybody. Usually we go for about 90 minutes. Malachi and Ted, thanks for jumping on with us. I think this is a unique topic to think about. We'll swing back on the topic of innovation in 7 days. So toward the end of next week. Tomorrow, we will be talking about leaders and leadership. So I think that'll be a cool conversation. It's going to be 3 p.m. Eastern. We should be fine to go on time at noon. So we're gonna jump around a couple different places. Teddy, before we jump off, just want to say, not you, Teddy Haas, my other Teddy friend. That's
I just want to say
from the
that's a
Philippines, but
beautiful
currently in Florida.
backyard, Teddy.
That's true, but I'm talking
That's
about
a
different
beautiful
Teddy right now.
backyard, Teddy.
All right,
Yeah,
and
you got to
I
come
want to
over,
say,
Malachi.
hey, you know what? Hold on. I'm talking now, Teddy, in Florida. I'm loving you right now. Thanks for jumping in the comments and saying hi. We'll be in the
Teddy's
East
from
Coast for the next
Florida.
couple of days.
You know,
Different
Teddy
Teddy.
had a
Different
big
Teddy.
impact
Malachi,
on me.
I'm talking to you. I love you. Teddy,
I love you, Dad.
awesome talking to you. Love you.
Teddy, you've got a great name.
I love you. Okay, we're gonna go. Bye, everybody.
Have a wonderful time.
Bye.